A house in Bel Air sold for $150 million. The buyer tore it down, didn't renovate it, didn't live in it, tore it down, poured a new foundation, and spent 4 years.
See, that's something I never understood too. Like, now, granted, don't get me wrong. If I had a billion, bro, 2 billion, $100 million crib is low key light work. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, like, for 100 million, I feel like you get to a certain point where it's like, I almost feel like you get to a certain point where, like, you have everything. Like, what more can you get, right? So, like, what I'm saying is, if I spent 50 million on a house, how different would my house really be at 100 million? You see what I'm saying? Like, with the shit already 50 million. The fuck else am I at? A fucking gas station a Chevron in my backyard. You see what I'm saying? So
Building something else on the same dirt. The lot was worth $150 million. The house was worth zero. That's when real estate stops being real estate and starts being something else entirely.
and that's another thing too. People don't even realize, like, when you build a house, the plot of land is the most valuable piece, not the house. You see what I'm saying? Especially when you get to a point where we're talking about $50 million homes, $100 million homes. If I'm a billionaire, why would I go buy a home for 50 million when I could just buy a plot of land and build my dream home on that plot of? You see what I'm saying? I got $1 billion. Why the fuck do I care? Uh,
Entirely. Most people hear mansion and picture the same thing: big house, big gate, big driveway. They're not wrong, they're just describing level 1. The gap between a large house and what sits at the top of this list is wider than most people can imagine. Because at a certain point, a house stops being a home and starts being a monument. Let's get into it. Level 1, the entry point, the McMansion, 5,000 to 8,000 square feet.
is that a mansion?
1 to
That's
3
just a big
million
ass house.
dollars depending on market. This is where the word mansion technically enters the conversation, and where most owners first experience the gap between the house they wanted and the house they got. Suburban lot, gated community, or
Hold on. I actually want to fix something right quick, yeah. Before we keep going. My bad. I'm sitting here looking at this right here. A little bit like that.
cul-de-sac. Double height foyer that's impressive for exactly 6 seconds. A kitchen island the size of a small country. A home theater room that gets used twice and then becomes storage. Developers at this tier optimize for the listing photo, not the living experience. Hollow core interior doors. Windows that are architecturally random. The house has 13 different
My bad. We gonna get to it. My fault. My fault. My fault. My fault. You know what? I'm gonna just play it.
roof lines
My fault.
because someone kept adding rooms without ever looking at the exterior from the street. Who buys this? The surgeon who just made partner, the regional
Now I'm
VP.
saying though, a 5 to 8,000 square foot home, a surgeon. I don't know. It could be a surgeon buying that. I'm not saying he's not, but I'm saying, like, a surgeon probably get like a 10,000, 12,000 square foot home. What, a surgeon makes 300 grand a year? Yeah. Uh, he could be a modest surgeon. He could be modest.
Who relocated for the promotion and told the realtor, I want the biggest house in the best school district. The small business owner who built something real, sold it for $4 million after tax, and bought the house his kids'
Nah,
friends would
that
want
me.
to sleep over
That's
at.
me.
Reality check. A $2 million McMansion depreciates in ways a $2 million condo in Manhattan does not. The structure ages.
Right, and that's what we were just talking about, bro. Like, location is everything. location is everything. You wonder why, like, you could get a huge house in a suburb. You know what I'm saying? $1 million, but you put that same house on a lake. Go ahead and 4x, 5x that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Fast. 10 years in, you're replacing the
Easy.
roof, rebuilding the deck. The McMansion is not a bad house. It's a big house that pretends to be a great house. And most people can't tell the difference until they walk into a level 2.
But I'm saying, look at this house. This isn't. I'm not feeling that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not feeling that. I'm just not feeling it. Hold on, wait.
2. Level 2, the architect's house. 6,000 to 12,000 square feet. $3 to $10 million. This is where the conversation changes from how to how good, and the gap is immediate. At this level, the house was designed by an architect, not selected from a catalog of floor plans. Designed. Someone studied the lot, considered the light at different times of day, thought about how the owner moves through space, chose materials that age rather than deteriorate. The construction quality jumps dramatically. Solid hardwood doors, plaster walls instead of drywall, windows sized and placed with intention, custom millwork.
One thing I can say is this is facts. God dang, my pops had a crib in this range, and what I will say is, you start paying for shit that you didn't even like. For an example, he had a room in there. It was all wood, bruh. Like the room was, he called it. I forgot what he used to call it. He used to call it like the something room. I forgot, but it was all wood, bruh. It had a super expensive bookshelf in that bitch. Some ancient shit, right? I remember him showing me a certificate, and that room itself, just the room, was 200 grand. So if you knock down that whole house and you leave just the room, it was 200 grand. Now I'm gonna let you take a guess on how many times anybody's used that room. I've never seen that room get used, truthfully. So, like I said, once you start getting to this space, you start paying for shit that you didn't even, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even sign up for. I mean, you signed up for it because you signed the papers, but I'm saying like, and then look right here. You see this? Chip. I wish I would have paid some damn.
Mechanical systems designed by engineers. Who lives here? The partner at the law firm who stopped caring about square footage and started caring about the ceiling height. And the owner at the mechanical systems designed by engineers. Who lives here? The partner at the law firm who stopped caring about square footage and started caring about the ceiling height in the living room. The founder who kept the apartment in the city but built something outside it for weekends. Something with land. Something with a point of view. Something their friends walk into and say, this feels different, without being able to explain why. The answer is the architect. The architect is why. Here's what changes at this level. The house stops being a commodity. A McMansion in a subdivision can be compared to every other McMansion on the block. An architect-designed home on its own lot cannot be compared to anything. It is the only version of itself.
I love modern
That makes it
homes.
harder to sell in some markets, but it also makes it impossible to replicate. And that impossibility is where value starts behaving differently. A $5 million architect's home in the right market doesn't depreciate like a McMansion. It holds. Sometimes it appreciates.
Facts.
Because the lot is
everything,
unique,
bro.
the design is
Location.
unique, and the buyer pool, while
That's
smaller,
facts.
is willing to pay for something that cannot be found elsewhere. Level 3, the estate. 10,000 to 25,000
If you need a house that's 25,000 square feet, my nigga, just buy a warehouse. Cause goddamn.
square feet. 10 to $30 million. This is where the house stops being a house and the property becomes a compound. At this level, you're not
facts.
buying square footage.
That's what I always
You're
hear
buying
people say,
land,
compound.
acreage, privacy. The house sits on 2 to 10 acres minimum. There's a gate. There's a driveway long enough that you can't see the house from the road. There's a guest house, a pool house, possibly a separate structure for staff. The main house has rooms that exist for a single purpose, a library.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. That's a nigga's crib? Damn. Look how long that driveway is, yo. Damn, look back there. Fuck. Shit. I mean, this is the place you want to be in The Walking Dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, imagine you find a place. I mean, brick wall, so the zombies can't knock the shit down, unless you get them World War Z motherfuckers. Then you're baked. You're baked. But come on, this shit is lavish.
Staff. The main house has rooms.
Like, come on, kid. I think this is the house because look, you see the driveway here. I don't know. I could be wrong though, because it's no point like it was on the other one. But damn, I mean, fuck. But truth be told though, like if I had a crib this big, I mean, I don't even know if I'd use the whole crib if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, damn, like, what you got 15, 20 rooms? I don't even know 20 people. Like, shit. And then what is this over here? Because if these look like, keep it respect, these look like some ghetto ass apartment buildings. And if I live in this, man, you be damn if I got this next to me. You might as well just buy that and knock that shit down too. And you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Rooms that exist for a single purpose, a library, a wine cellar, a gym that rivals a commercial facility. The landscaping alone costs $50,000 to $150,000 per year.
Nah, nigga. 150 bands to get your motherfucking grass cut. Shit, nigga. Niggas just be having paid. Like, when you see shit like this, you realize it's niggas out here with paid. And when I say paid, I mean paid. I'm talking about that cheddar bob chicken twin. 150,000 a year just to get my grass cut, my nigga. Just to cut my grass.
Who lives here? The family that
That shit's ugly.
used
My
to
bad,
live
my
in a
bad.
level
But
2
that shit's
and
ugly.
realized that
That's
what they
terrible.
actually
I
wanted
think that's overrated. I don't
wasn't
even
a
think
better
nobody lives there.
house. It was distance. The CEO who works from the home office
Nah, this is the room. The wood room. It's not this exact room. This is like an AI generated picture. But I'm saying like it was like some shit like this, all wood, bookshelf, all that. 200 grand for some shit that looked just like this that never got used. There was an office that looked like this too, but that got used. But you see what I'm saying? You start paying for shit that you don't even really need, or that not necessarily that you need, but you'll start paying for shit that you ain't even gonna use. You know what I'm saying? Like lazy river swimming pool. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. People who afford these type of houses, they don't give a fuck about no lazy river swimming pool because they're working a lot. And if they sold their company, I mean that's a different thing, but I don't know. I just feel like a lot of things that they put into these houses, people don't even really use. Like I would like a bowling alley, some movie theater, indoor pool, outdoor pool, basketball court, simple shit like that.
3 days a week, walks the property in the afternoon, eats dinner with his family at a table that seats 14. This is the level where the annual carrying cost starts to rival a salary. Property taxes on a $20 million estate in Connecticut, New Jersey, or Westchester can run $200,000 to $400,000 per year.
You paying half a ticket just to stay in that bitch. Just to be legal in your motherfucking house. You just paid them fools. You just gave him 20 million, my nigga. 20 M's. You just gave him 20 M's. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker say, nah, nigga. We need another 400 from your whole ass, nigga. After you just got done paying 200K to get the fucking grass cut, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? So let's do the math, nigga. Pay 20 M's. That's 400. That's another 200. So that's 600. So we just gonna say 600 for the year so far.
Insurance sits at $30,000
700
to $80,000.
type shit.
Staff, housekeeper, property manager, landscaping crew, adds another $150,000.
My nigga, that's $1 million a year. That's an M. You see what I'm saying? That's an M. You at an M. That's for 1 year, my nigga. You at an M for 1 year. Just to live in that bitch. That's what I'm saying, my nigga. We gotta get on our grind. Cause yeah, this niggas out here buying shit like this. This niggas out here buying shit like this. 1 million just to live in that motherfucker, twin. That's not even including the 20 million you just paid for your crib. It's some people
to
out here with
$300,000.
unfathomable money, my brother.
The estate is where most wealthy
This shit's-
families
this
should
shit's crazy.
stop. This is the sweet spot. Enough space to live grandly, enough land for privacy,
Look at that shit, bro. Damn.
and operating costs that are high but manageable for
That shit's
households with a
fat.
net worth above
And not
$30
even the
million.
crib. I mean, the crib nice, but the
Everything above
backyard
this
is
level
like,
isn't a better house. It's a different category entirely. Level 4, the trophy property. $15,000 to $40,000.
see, and this is where I was talking about. This is when you start getting to a size where it's like, okay, you start running out of shit, right? I be watching videos and I see some of these 40,000 square foot homes, twin, and like it'll be like a kitchen, bathroom, room. Then they'll just start putting shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a cubby over here, so you can, you know, put your dirty shoes. Right next to that, you got a cubby for your clean shoes. Right next to that, you got a cubby for your dog shoes. You see what I'm saying? Like it just you start getting shit that you don't even need. You didn't even ask for half of this shit, probably. You just put it in there to you know take up space. So let's
square
see.
feet.
How much is
30
this?
to
How much?
75 million.
30 to 75 M's type shit. So how much do we think per year it costs to stay in here? I'm gonna go ahead and take a wild guess. I'm gonna say about 3 M's a year. Just to live.
This is where real estate stops being shelter and starts being statement. Trophy properties exist in a handful of zip codes. These are not houses that happen to be in expensive neighborhoods. These are houses that define the neighborhood. The lot alone, the dirt, without the structure, is worth $10 to $30 million, sometimes more. Sometimes the
Damn.
lot is the entire value, and the existing house is demolished because it's cheaper to rebuild than to renovate a structure that doesn't match the lot's potential. At this level, provenance matters. Who built it? Who designed it? Who owned it? A house designed by Richard Meyer, or Tadao Ando, or John Lautner doesn't depreciate. It compounds because the architect's name becomes part of the property's identity. Who buys this? The entertainment
See, and that's facts.
executive,
It's
whose
just
home
like
is also a
it's just like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, you know, anything like that, right? You at a certain point you start paying for names more than you do like the material or the house. You know what I'm saying? So my bad, y'all. Oh my bad.
venue. Every room designed to accommodate 200 guests for a charity event and also feel intimate when it's just the family on a Sunday. The tech billionaire who built from scratch and spent $15 million on the lot and $40 million on the construction. The stone comes from a quarry in Italy. The wood is reclaimed from a specific source. The glass was custom fabricated. The lighting designer has her own team. Construction takes 3 to 5 years. Some take longer. Some
Facts.
never finish
That's
because the
facts.
owner keeps changing the
I had a
plan.
friend
And at this level,
who, damn,
changing
his
the
shit took
plan
like 5 years.
mid-build costs $500,000 to $2 million per revision. Level 5, the compound. 30,000 to 60,000 square feet, $75 to $150 million. At this level, you're no longer buying a house, you're buying a campus. The main residence is one building among several. guest house, staff quarters, security building, wellness facility, a car gallery, not a garage, a private screening room that would pass as a commercial cinema. Who lives here? The billionaire, whose household is also a small organization. The operating cost at this level rivals a small business. Annual carrying costs can run $2 to $5 million per year. That's before
Damn.
renovations, additions, or the inevitable
2
reality
million a
that a
year,
50,000
5 million
square
a
foot
year.
compound
Just
always has something under
fuck,
construction.
nigga.
Here's the detail that people outside
Like, bruh, 5 mil a year just to stay. Like, bruh, okay, you got 5 mil a year, 10 years, bro. You just spent 50 mil. That's another house. Not just another house, nigga. That's another big ass house. Like, that's what I'm saying. When you buying these type of cribs, bro, you it's not even like people in their head, they be thinking like, if I'm gonna buy a $50 million crib, I need $50 million. No, bitch, you need 120. Like, you ain't doing shit with 50 mil, and you trying to buy a 50 mil crib, bro. You need at least like a buck 30, bro. And that's facts.
this world don't grasp. The owner of a level 5 compound doesn't manage the house. The owner doesn't even manage the people who manage the house.
The owner doesn't even live there. Let's just be for real.
There is
And
a
they got like
layer
10
between
houses.
the owner and the operations that exists specifically so the owner never has to think about the house unless they want to. The fact that nothing in the physical environment requires the owner's attention, ever, unless the owner chooses to give it. That is what $100 million buys. Level 6, the Legacy Estate. 40,000 to 100,000 square feet. 150 to $300 million.
What does this go up to? A palace? Because this is starting
This
to
is
get
where a house
ridiculous.
stops being a purchase
You know
and
what I'm
starts
saying?
being
I
a
don't even.
dynasty project.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't
Legacy
even know
estates
who's
are
buying this
not
shit.
bought. They're built over decades, or they're acquired from families who built them over decades. The common thread is that these properties were never designed for a single lifetime. They were designed to be passed down. The construction at this level is institutional. The materials are chosen for century-scale durability. The stone, the timber, the metalwork, all specified to last 100 years with proper maintenance. Who
Get the
commissions
fuck out of
this?
here.
The third-generation family that has the wealth, the time horizon, and the desire to.
Nah, is this AI though? This shit look weird. And what the fuck is this dude doing here? What is he doing there? Oh, I'm so confused. The fuck? What are these two niggas?
Anchor their name to a physical place. The patriarch who
Don't
wants his
die on
grandchildren to
me.
bring their grandchildren to the
Don't
same
die
dining room.
on me.
The family that views the property not as an asset on a balance sheet, but as a physical expression of who they are across time. Annual operating costs at this level can run $5 to $15 million.
15 million.
Full-time
B.
staff of 15 to 30. Security infrastructure that operates continuously. Some have their own water treatment systems. Some generate their own power. The property begins to function as a self-sustaining estate. The parallel is deliberate. A level 6 estate and a level 5 superyacht serve the same psychological function. They create a world within the world. The
Right.
difference is that the yacht moves.
Yeah, because, see, at a certain level of wealth, it becomes about privacy. You know what I'm saying? Because you have the money to do whatever. So at that point, it just becomes about privacy. Like, I used to be like, why do people get these, $500 million yachts, whatever. It's because they don't want to be around us. I'm just keep it a bean. Rich people get them expensive yachts because they don't want to be around us or people like us. You know what I'm saying? They rather, instead of checking in to a 20,000 a night hotel room, they just park their yacht in the bay. You know what I'm saying? If they want to go in and eat breakfast, they get the nigga to park the bitch. They hop off, go do that, get back on the yacht. Most of the time, though, they not getting off the yacht. Everything, breakfast on the yacht. You ain't getting the water. Got some little stairs. You know what I'm saying? It's privacy. They don't want to be surrounded by us. Okay, so
The estate stays. And in staying, it accumulates something the yacht cannot. History. Level 7. The final level. The palace. 100,000 square feet and above. $300 million to over $1 billion. Buckingham
bro,
Palace.
who is buying this?
775 rooms.
Like who's buying this shit?
828,000 square feet.
Like nobody lives in this. Nobody. You can't tell me anybody lives in this crib, bro. That don't even look like a fucking house. Like what the fuck is what even is this? Like that shit that looks like some shit they just added on. Like you can't tell me people live in stuff like this. Like this looks so stupid. This does not look like a house.
Feet. Estimated value between $1 billion and $5 billion, depending on who you ask and whether you include the art, the crown jewels, and the fact that it sits on 39 acres in central London.
Now see, you're paying for the
Antilia,
plot once
Mumbai,
again.
owned by Mukesh Ambani. 27 floors,
Mukesh Ambani.
400,000 square feet. Estimated constructors. Owned by Mukesh Ambani. 27 floors, 400,000 square feet.
Why? Like, what the fuck? 400,000 square feet? What the fuck? Is this like a hosting the Los Angeles Rams? What the like? What the fuck? What is like
estimated construction cost? $1 to $2 billion. 600 full-time staff. 3 helipads.
Bro, 600 niggas? Workers. What the fuck? That's
private cinema seating 50. The building requires its own power plant. The running costs are not publicly disclosed, but are estimated in the tens of millions per year.
Yeah, probably like 40
Antilia
million.
is not a house. It is a vertical estate, a private skyscraper in one of the most densely populated cities on Earth. No real estate agent lists
but did
these
y'all see that though?
populated cities on Earth.
That shit ghetto, bitch. That pig got oh hell nah. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like he paid $1 billion and he got some shit with a window AC. Like, come on, bro. And then they pull in the Atlanta restaurant scam and just putting grass on the wall, so they up in the value. Like, come on, kid.
No real estate agent lists these. No broker markets them.
Nah,
they change hands through private negotiations, family trusts, or sovereign transfers. The owner of a level 7 property doesn't live in a house. The owner presides over a legacy that happens to have an address. The residential real estate market started as a simple idea: shelter, a place to sleep, to eat, to raise a family. And somewhere between the $2 million McMansion and the $1 billion palace, the product stopped being the house. A guy at level 1 and a family at level 7 are both doing the same thing. They're drawing a line between their world and everyone else's. One's doing it with a gate and a Ring doorbell. The other is doing it with 600 staff and a snow room
Look
in
at that
Mumbai.
shit, though. That shit looks crazy, yo. Damn. I mean, $1 billion, though. Nah. I mean, I wouldn't pay $1 billion for that, but he did his shit though. That motherfucker big now. I ain't gonna cap. He looking over like the whole city, and for that just to be his shit, not renting it out. You know what I'm saying, motherfucker?
Every other
Can't
industry
hate.
sells you a product. Real estate, at the highest level, sells you the only thing wealth can permanently alter: the physical world around you. A jet disappears when you land. A yacht moves on when the season ends. A house stays. It holds the wall where you marked your children's heights. It holds the kitchen where your family gathers every Sunday. It holds the morning light that hits the same spot on the same floor at the same time every single day. The house was never the point. The permanence was. If this was useful, subscribe. I break down how things actually work, not how the brochure describes them. See you in the next one.
That was a that was pretty informational. I don't know. It was a boring video, but it was pretty informational though. It was pretty informational. I fought with my boy Rex. I'll be watching some of his videos.